Listen, if you want to change your life, you've got to get one thing straight. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake up in the morning and put in the work for you. That's on you. Most people waste their time looking around, comparing, talking about what they're going to do, but the real game changers, they shut their mouths and put in the work. Why? Because energy leaks when you talk too much. Every time you tell people your plans, you give away a piece of that fire inside you. And guess what? Not everyone wants to see you win. Some people are just waiting for you to fail so they can say, I told you so. Nobody is coming to do it for you. Nobody is going to wake you up early in the morning and push you to be better. Nobody is going to hand you the life you want. That's on you. It's always been on you. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you take full ownership of your life, the faster things will start to change. See, most people spend their lives waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right person to come along and change everything. They wait for motivation. They wait for someone to validate their dreams. But the truth is, waiting is a trap. The longer you wait, the longer you stay stuck exactly where you are. Because life doesn't reward people who wait. Life rewards people who move. The first thing you need to understand is that your growth is your responsibility. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not your circumstance, just you. And that's not a bad thing. It's freedom. Because the moment you take full responsibility, you take full control. You stop blaming, you stop complaining, you stop making excuses, and instead, you start creating the life you want. Most people don't realize how much control they actually have. They think they're stuck because of their past, their environment, or their lack of resources. But those are just stories. Stories that keep you from doing the work. The truth is, everything you need to change your life is already within you. You just have to tap into it. You have to stop looking for permission and start building yourself from the ground up. That means developing your mind, your body, your skills, your discipline. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to force you to read books that expand your mind. Nobody's going to make you go to the gym when you don't feel like it. Nobody's going to push you to wake up early and work on your goals. That's all on you, and let's be real, it's not going to be easy. Growth is painful. It's uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice. It requires doing things that most people won't do. And that's exactly why most people never reach their full potential. They want comfort, they want shortcuts, they want success without struggle, but that's not how life works. The truth is, if you want to become something more, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to be willing to push yourself past your limits. You have to be willing to grind in the dark when nobody is watching, when nobody is clapping, when nobody is cheering you on. Because this journey is yours and yours alone. And let me tell you something, when you take full responsibility for your life, everything changes. You stop waiting and you start doing. You stop making excuses and you start executing. You stop complaining and you start creating solutions. And here's the best part. When you commit to this level of growth, when you truly focus on yourself and put in the work, people notice. They see the difference. They see the transformation. But by the time they realize what's happening, you'll already be miles ahead. Because while they were waiting, while they were talking, while they were making excuses, you were out there doing the work. This is your life. This is your responsibility. No one is going to do it for you. So stop waiting. Stop looking for a handout. Stop hoping someone else is going to make it easier for you. Because the truth is, the only person who can change your life is you. Most people don't realize how much energy they lose by talking too much. They think that by sharing their plans, their dreams, their next move, they're somehow making it more real. But the truth is, every time you talk, you give away a piece of your power. You drain the energy that should be fueling your actions. Think about it. How many times have you told someone what you're going to do, how you're going to start that business, get in shape, change your life, only to feel like you've already accomplished something even though you haven't done anything yet? That's the trap. Talking creates a false sense of progress. It tricks your brain into thinking you've already started, when in reality, all you've done is given away your momentum. That's why silence is a weapon. Silence keeps your energy contained. It keeps you focused. When you stop talking and start doing, something shifts inside you. You stop looking for approval. You stop seeking validation. You stop caring about what other people think because you're too busy making real moves. Most people don't understand this. They think the more they talk, the more support they'll get. They believe if they share their goals with the world, people will cheer them on. But here's the hard truth. Most people don't actually care. Some might pretend to support you, but deep down, they don't want to see you get too far ahead. Because if you grow, if you succeed, it forces them to look at their own life. And most people don't want to do that. That's why the most powerful people move in silence. They don't announce their next step. They don't tell the world what they're working on. They don't waste their breath explaining their vision to people who will never understand it. They just work, they build, they execute, and by the time anyone notices, it's already done. See, silence isn't just about protecting your energy. It's about building real confidence. When you talk too much, you give your power away to other people's opinions. You open the door for doubt, negativity, and unnecessary pressure. But when you stay silent and focus on your own path, you don't need external validation. You don't need permission. You don't need applause, because you know exactly what you're doing and you're doing it for yourself. There's a reason why successful people don't broadcast every move. They understand that results speak louder than words. They don't waste time explaining their process. They don't argue with people who don't believe in them. They don't let small minds distract them from big goals. They just keep moving forward, step by step, in complete silence. And that silence is powerful. Because while everyone else is talking, debating, making excuses, they're out there building. And they're sharpening their skills. They're putting in the hours when no one is watching. And when the time is right, when the work is done, they don't have to say a word. Their results do all the talking for them. So many people fail because they let their words replace their actions. They convince themselves they're making progress just because they've told someone about their goals. But talking doesn't create success. Work does, discipline does, consistency does, and none of that requires an audience. When you keep your plans to yourself, you become more focused. You stop worrying about impressing others and you start impressing yourself. You develop the kind of discipline that separates the average from the elite, because the truth is, real winners don't need attention. They don't need approval. They don't need recognition. They just need the work. And they do it in silence. Most people think success is about big, dramatic moments. They believe it happens overnight. That one breakthrough, one lucky break, or one big opportunity will change everything. But that's not how it works. Success isn't built in a single moment. It's built in the small, consistent actions you take every single day. It's not about what you do once, it's about what you do repeatedly. That's where discipline comes in. See, discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's what separates the people who talk about success from the people who actually achieve it. Anyone can get excited for a few days. Anyone can stay motivated for a short period. But discipline? That's what keeps you going long after the excitement fades. And here's the thing. Discipline is built in private. It's built when nobody is watching. When there's no applause, no recognition, no validation. It's the quiet hours before everyone wakes up. It's the late nights when you're still working while everyone else is relaxing. It's the choices you make when nobody will ever know the difference. That's what defines your future. Most people never reach their goals because they only work when they feel like it. They wait for motivation, for the perfect mood, for the right circumstances. But motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is something you control. It's not about how you feel, it's about what you do, no matter what. And that's where most people struggle. They want results, but they're not willing to stick to the process. They start strong, but the moment it gets tough, they back off. They make excuses. They tell themselves they'll start again next week, next month, next year. But success doesn't wait. It rewards the people who show up every single day, whether they feel like it or not. The truth is, the most successful people in the world are the ones who mastered the boring work. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems, routines, and habits. They understand that success isn't about massive leaps. It's about small, consistent steps. It's about doing the things that other people avoid. The early mornings, the extra reps, the extra hours of learning, the uncomfortable sacrifices. Discipline is about winning the small battles. It's about saying no to distractions. It's about choosing growth over comfort. It's about keeping the promises you make to yourself even when nobody would know if you broke them. Because every time you follow through, you build momentum, and every time you take the easy way out, you lose it. Most people fail because they keep stopping and starting. They get excited, they push hard for a week or two, and then they stop when life gets inconvenient. And every time they stop, they have to start all over again. That's why they never see real progress. Because success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. The person who works hard once in a while will never beat the person who works consistently, even if it's just a little bit every day. That's why you have to fall in love with the process, not just the results. You have to embrace the grind, the repetition, the unglamorous work that nobody talks about, because that's where greatness is built. It's not built when the lights are on. It's built in the quiet moments when nobody is watching, when there's no reward in sight, just you and the work. Most people go through life chasing validation. They want to be seen, to be recognized, to be told they're doing a good job. They post about their plans, they seek approval before they even start, and they constantly look over their shoulder, hoping someone will acknowledge them. But here's the problem: when you build your life around seeking validation, you hand over your power. You let other people dictate your worth. The truth is, validation doesn't create success. Value does. If you want to build something real, something that lasts, you have to shift your focus from being seen to becoming valuable. That means developing skills that make you undeniable. It means becoming so good at what you do that people have no choice but to notice. Not because you begged for attention, but because your results speak louder than anything you could ever say. Most people don't understand this. They think success comes from being liked, from being accepted, from getting approval. But the most successful people in the world didn't get there by seeking validation. They got there by building themselves into something valuable. They spent years mastering their craft, refining their skills, and working in silence. They weren't worried about applause. They were focused on becoming the best at what they do. And that's the difference. Validation is external, it's something you chase from other people. But value is internal, it's something you build within yourself. And when you become valuable, you don't have to chase opportunities. Opportunities come to you. You don't have to prove yourself with words. Your results do it for you. The problem is, most people aren't willing to put in the work to become valuable. They want the rewards without the effort. They want respect without mastery. They want recognition without results. But life doesn't work that way. You don't get what you want, you get what you earn. And the only way to earn respect, success, and freedom is by becoming the kind of person who delivers real value. That means developing real skills. It means putting in hours of work when nobody is watching. It means learning, failing, adjusting, and improving. It means doing what most people won't do because most people are too busy seeking approval to focus on real growth. When you stop chasing validation and start building value, everything changes. You stop worrying about what people think. You stop needing constant reassurance. You stop feeling insecure about your path. Because deep down, you know you're becoming someone who can't be ignored. And here's the secret: when you focus on value instead of validation, people notice. The same people who ignored you, who doubted you, who overlooked you will start to pay attention. But by then it won't even matter, because you'll be too focused on getting better, growing stronger, and becoming unstoppable. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone should know what you're thinking, what you're planning, or what you're working on. Too many people waste their energy trying to please others, explaining themselves or proving their worth to people who don't even value them. They give away their time, their focus, and their mental space to people who do nothing but drain them. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, exhausted, and unmotivated. The truth is, your energy is your most valuable resource. Where you put your attention, your emotions, and your time determines the direction of your life. If you allow yourself to be distracted by negativity, by drama, by people who don't support you, you will never have enough energy left to build the life you want. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they're too distracted. Not everyone is meant to have a seat at your table. Not everyone is meant to know your thoughts. Some people are only in your life to slow you down. They don't want to see you grow because your growth forces them to face their own lack of progress. So they fill your mind with doubt. They criticize you not because they care, but because they can't stand to see you rise. They project their own fears onto you, hoping you'll shrink down to their level. You have to guard your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. If you spend your days explaining yourself to people who will never understand, trying to convince people who don't want to see you win, you are throwing away the energy that should be fueling your success. Every moment spent on meaningless arguments, pointless gossip, and negative conversations is a moment stolen from your future. The most successful people in the world understand this. They don't waste time proving themselves to people who aren't on their level. They don't explain their every move. They don't argue with people who will never see their vision. They protect their energy by being selective about who they let into their space. That means cutting out distractions. It means setting boundaries. It means saying no even when it's uncomfortable. Because every yes you give to the wrong person is a no to your own goals. Every time you engage in pointless conversations, you drain the mental space that should be used to build, create, and grow. There will be people who don't understand why you're so focused. They'll say you've changed. They'll call you distant, selfish, arrogant. Let them. That's their perspective, not your reality. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing to grow. You don't owe anyone your energy just because they demand it. The real power comes when you learn to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. No guilt. No explanation. Just pure focus on what truly matters, because in the end, it's not about making everyone happy. It's about building a life that makes you proud. Most people let their emotions control them. They react instead of respond. They let frustration, doubt, and fear dictate their actions. And because of that, they never reach their full potential. They allow temporary feelings to dictate long-term decisions. But if you want to win, if you want to become someone who actually achieves what they set out to do, you have to learn how to control your emotions instead of letting them control you. The truth is, feelings are unreliable. Some days you'll wake up motivated, ready to take on the world. Other days you won't feel like doing anything at all. If you only take action when you feel good, you'll never be consistent. And without consistency, you will never build momentum. That's why the most successful people don't rely on their emotions to drive them forward. They rely on their discipline, habits, and mindset. That means learning to recognize your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. It means understanding that fear, doubt, frustration, these are just signals. They don't mean stop. They don't mean quit. They simply mean you're stepping outside your comfort zone. And that's exactly where growth happens. Most people never develop this level of control because they don't train their mind. They let external circumstances dictate how they feel. If something goes wrong, they let it ruin their whole day. If someone criticizes them, they start doubting themselves. If they don't see immediate results, they get discouraged and quit. They are controlled by the outside world instead of being in control of themselves. But the people who truly succeed in life are the ones who develop emotional resilience. They don't let setbacks break them. They don't let fear stop them. They feel the frustration, the disappointment, the doubt, but they keep moving forward anyway. Because they understand that emotions are temporary, but the consequences of their actions last forever. If you allow your emotions to dictate your actions, you will always be a slave to your circumstances. But when you take control of your mind, when you learn to act despite how you feel, you become unstoppable. You stop reacting, and you start choosing. You stop letting the outside world control you, and you start taking full control of your future. That's why emotional control is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It's the difference between staying stuck and breaking through. It's the difference between quitting when it gets hard and pushing through to the next level. It's what separates those who wish from those who achieve. At the end of the day, your success, your growth, and your future all come down to one thing: you. It's not about what other people think. It's not about proving yourself to anyone. It's about becoming the best version of yourself in silence, with discipline, with focus, and with unshakable control over your mind and actions. When you stop chasing validation and start building real value, when you guard your energy and move with purpose, when you take full control of your emotions and stay locked in on your goals, nothing can stop you. Because the world doesn't reward those who talk, it rewards those who do. It rewards the ones who show up every single day, whether they feel like it or not. The ones who let their results speak, not their words. So stay focused. Stay silent. Protect your energy. Control your emotions. And most importantly, keep moving forward, because in the end, the only thing that truly matters is what you build, what you create, and who you become.